Hello, my people. What's happening? What's popping? My name is Sandra. I am your host, and welcome to the Soft and Tender podcast. I hope you're doing good. I hope you've been having an amazing week, and if you've not, I hope you have much better days ahead. So now let's get right into it. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about pretty privilege. So now I know a lot of you, especially those of you that benefit from this pretty privilege, like to say that it does not exist and all of that bullshit. But yeah, we're going to be talking about it. So I'm really excited for this because I just came up with this topic last minute, and the minute I don't even know how I even got around to get into it, but then I got so excited. I started writing, and so I am ready to speak on it. Don't worry, guys, today's episode is not going to go beyond our usual 20 something minutes. It's not going to be like last week's own that was almost an hour. I promise you that. So today, first and foremost, the real question is that what is pretty privilege? Some people call it fine girl privilege, call it pretty girl privilege, but pretty privilege because I don't think it relates to, probably affects mostly women, but I think when it comes to like work in general, like in the professional world, it could also affect men. So some people also say that pretty privilege is the same thing as beauty bias. So, but then pretty privilege works on the principle that people who are deemed more attractive have an upper hand in the world and are afforded many opportunities that us regular folks and us mere mortals don't have. And this is just based on the accepted societal beauty standards, like what is shown in the media, like from day one, what you see on TV. Brows are sleek, hair is laid, waist is tiny, model is slim, model is light-skinned, all of that. Personally, I don't think that I have experienced pretty privilege firsthand, like in a way where I benefit from it. But then I have been, would I say, a third-party beneficiary of it. So it was one time, and we were like, how many of us now? We're 3 ladies and 2 guys, so 5 of us, and we were walking down. We're going to go and enter Okada, go to the junction, and then take a cab to take us to the next bus stop, and then basically to find our way home. And one of the ladies, one of us, she's light-skinned, and she doesn't dress down. Unlike me, I dress down so much. My mother weeps for me. So she's always lit, ready for action, good-looking, light-skinned, proper beauty girl. So, this car stops, I think, much earlier, and I don't know, I think there was quite a distance between each of us. I think we had already paired ourselves, the 5 of us or something. So the driver of the car had already picked her up, because I don't know if she was behind us or she was ahead of us, but we're not able to get in the vehicle with her and dropped her where we're going, because we're going mini shopping, to buy like cereal and stuff. So the person dropped her there, and we that were trekking, under the hot sun, we that were not pretty, we sure made it there in one piece, And then when we're done, we needed the ride. We didn't need the ride. We're going to obviously find our way, like we always did, or like we always do, like we always did since it's now in the past. And for some reason, this car was suddenly around again. And then they were like, oh, where are you going? Blah, 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 blah. And then this light-skinned baby is answering And then I think she's trying to tell the guy that he should not worry, that she's going with her friends. So I'm thinking now probably because like he's taking her further than you guys. I'm boiling meat and I think it's burning. So I think because he was taking her further than he did initially. That was why she didn't want to sly us or bill on us and stuff. And at this point in time, all of us were like together, like the 5 of us were actually together now. So she what's it called? She told the guy that she was telling him that, oh, I'm with my friends, I can't go, blah blah blah. And then me, I'm like, who is this babe? So I go there and I'm like, can't you carry all of us? Because I'm not understanding. Like, you want to help a friend, just help her entire family. I mean, and then she's like, oh, the baby's like, oh, well, the car contain us. She's trying to be. I'm like, it will contain us. We'll lap. You sit in front. The 4 of us will sit at the back. No yawa. I mean, that's how we even sit in cabs anyway. So, and the girl was like, oh, yeah, no problem. So that I was very happy because, I didn't have to spend money on transport. I did not have to walk under the scorching sun before I reached where I was going to enter Okada and then go on Okada holding my cap to make sure it doesn't fall off. And I mean, my Nigerian people, you know this, So, and then this car even had AC. I mean, why would she be? Anyway, I think that's the only time I remember that I benefited from pretty girl, or from pretty girl privilege, or pretty privilege, whatever you want to find your privilege. Anyway, that day we just kept on talking about fine girl privilege is real, light-skinned babe privilege is real, because let's be honest, it's not like me and the other babe, I said we're 3 babes, it's not like me and the other babe were bad looking or anything, but this girl is considerably lighter skinned than we are. So light skin privilege also exists, guys. I think it's also part of this beauty bias and stuff. So and so like when people now come around, she was saying that no, that's not what happened, that maybe I don't even know the excuse she was trying to give. But then I'm like, there's no need for an excuse. Like, this exists and let's just accept it, and when we can benefit from it, let's do so with our full chest. No need to, beat around the bush. No need to deny its existence and all of that. So, various scholarly studies and surveys have proven that our appearance does, in fact, have a direct correlation with how well we are received by others in both social and professional settings. Now, I know growing up, basically all our lives, we hear the phrase, will I call it, which says, dress how you want to be addressed. So now, okay, get this. Now, while I was doing my research for this topic here, I found out that a lot of people that enjoy pretty girl or pretty privilege actually have confidence. They don't always physically or facially fit the beauty standards, but because of the confidence that they exude, they are deemed, automatically pretty. So now, going back to this mini story I just told, like I said, first and foremost, I don't like to be outside, yeah. When I'm outside, my head is down, my shades are on, probably with earphones. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Just leave me alone, like. And I'm always so dressed down, like 98% of the time. I mean, let me give myself that remaining 2%. But 98% of the time, I look like I'm in the trenches. I look like I am part of the trenches. I look like I am the trenches itself. So, obviously, and then I walk with my head down. So, obviously, that's not a sign of confidence. That's obviously not a sign of confidence. So, the person, even if I am prettier than she is, the fact that even though she's also wearing shades, her head is, up high, looking straight ahead. She's probably catwalking. She's probably dressed to the T, looking dapper and all of that, she's going to enjoy the pretty privilege more than I would ever think of enjoying, just because of the confidence. Now, John Briggs, he's a communication coach. He said that he spoke about pulchronomics. I honestly forgot I forgot to check how that is pronounced, but it is spelled Pulchronomics. So, and pulchronomics is a concept that says the more similarities an individual has to those beautiful in quotes, beautiful people seen in media, the more likely they are to be rewarded financially and given more opportunities within society. So John Briggs was trying to explain that as like pulchronomics is correct, because if they look like the lady you saw on TV, you'll be more drawn, and that person will be more attractive to you and more eye-pleasing to you in that moment than, somebody that is probably not walking or probably not dressed as much as the person you saw on TV. But that, again, doesn't really depend on whether they're as beautiful as the person that is not confident. It's just the confidence that is giving them the benefit of the pretty privilege. And then studies have also shown that there is a direct correlation between appearance and academic performance. That was very wild to me, because let's just leave it as that. Now, studies have also shown that, listen to the statistics, 84% of women and 92% of men think that being good looking is an essential quality of a long-term partner. And that's why you actually hear people tell others that, you're dating down. So, guys, first and foremost, this is enough proof that men are more vain than women. So, all this talk about, how women want their men to be perfect and tall and stuff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that, men are worse in that when you're talking about, looks and the looks they want and expect. Yeah. So, a lot of us say that we're also guilty of that, saying, I can't date that person. Obviously, that person is not my level. Why will you be dating somebody that is not their level? This person is dating somebody way finer than... Like, for instance, guys, the whole thing that happened with Solomon Bucci and his fiancée, Arike. So where he wrote an epistle and started it off by saying how she's not the most beautiful and not the most intelligent, and then we went on to find out that the first time they would actually speak, he found out that she studied actuary science, and he had never heard of that. And for her to prove that, to prove herself, basically, he went and got maths questions. He went and Googled mathematics questions, a very hard one, and gave her to solve. And he watched her solve it on video call. Oh, goodness, Lord. And I don't think she got the answer right. According to him, she didn't get the answer right. And then he went ahead to be like, after all your English and actuary science, you still can't solve this math. This is somebody... I'm trying not to get upset. Anyway, so a lot of people were like, when the thing blew up, like Shade Room posted it, Spiritual World, and so many blogs, Insta blog, everybody. It was on so many shows. I think it went on The View as well. So many people spoke about it, man. And a lot of people were of the opinion that, see Solomon Bucci and see Arike, like, he should be lucky that, she was dating him and all of that stuff. Now, that's not my opinion. And that's what I said people said. Do not quote me. I did not say that. That's what I thought. Anyway, so Now that kind of thing, like, it's because of the beauty bias that we have grown up to um develop, because that's why people will be able to say that, oh, like, she's way prettier than him. What is she even doing with somebody that is not as pretty as she is? All of that. And yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's what all of us are conditioned to say. We grew up hearing that, like, for instance, when as a girl, when you're growing up, you're like, oh, I want my man taller than me. He has to be dark skinned, or he has to be light skinned. He needs to have six packs. He needs to have abs. He needs to have muscles. He needs to, have perfect set of teeth. And then you find out that you did not create this man, and so you really cannot get the perfect man. But yeah, guys, so I kind of lost my train of thought there because there was power outage, and it came back, and then the fridge started making noise. So, and there's so much noise outside the house that is so distracting. But yes, guys, let's move on. We have like 5 minutes to go. So, I think that first and foremost, a lot of us need to get rid of this beauty bias before we can, move forward. Because I am also guilty of it. Like, why would this person approach me, for heaven's sake? Can he see me, and can he see him? Yeah. Now, also, regarding the confidence issue that I was talking about earlier, Andrew Person, who is a hypnotherapist, so a hypnotherapist, hypnotherapy is a type of mind-body intention in which hypnosis is used to create a state of focused attention and increased suggestibility in the treatment of a medical or psychological disorder or concern. If you want to know more about it, this is why you have internet and a device. Go and Google it, you will learn more. Anyway, Andrew Person explained that beauty bias is something we are conditioned to from as early as birth. So let me give you this example about myself again. So now, growing up, I would always hear that I had such a pretty face. Yeah. Like, fine girl, fine girl, fine girl. But there was always a but. It'd be like, fine girl, but you're so fat. Fine girl, but you're this. Fine girl, you get this. So now, you're telling me that I am fine, but then you're condemning some other parts of my body. So now, if I'm confident about how I look facially, then I would definitely not be confident about how my body looks. So there's no way you would see me walking outside and, be confident in how I look in that moment. Or, you would not see me trying to dress up in a way that would show off my body, because I've been told that growing up, I've heard it all my life that I'm fine, but if I was not this fat, I would be finer. So a lot of people hear that, even for slim people. They're like, oh my God, you're such a fine girl, but you're too thin, you're too slim, you just need some meat and you'll be perfect. You just need to eat, you need more meat on these bones. And on TV, obviously, you now see the perfect model, tiny waists, would I say, I don't want to say slim body, but let's say moderate sized body. I don't know. I mean, we all know how Instagram models look these days, so you get the gist. But yeah, and then we have to, to unlearn that bias. We actually have to go back to the roots, and it's going to be very hard. It's actually such a very, very hard thing to do. But I think the first step is actually accepting that there's a bias, accepting that pretty privilege exists, and accepting that it's something that should not be. And if we keep denying it and we keep thinking that, oh, this is not this is not that, then yeah, we're just going to keep messing things up for the future generation. And I also think that it may also start from, like, our parents. Like, for instance, if there are 4 ladies in a house, and out of those 4 ladies, 3 of those ladies are being told every day that they look beautiful, and for some reason, not intentional though, the last person doesn't get told that. Now, it's not because the person is hated or the person is despised or is not seen as beautiful. It's probably just because, at that time, that person doesn't fit the beauty standards or beauty standard that the complimenter has in their head. So I think the first step will be to recognize what is beautiful in that person and compliment them on that without adding the but, or because now, like, people say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I do think that we all need to be watchful of that and, work towards unlearning these bad habits. And, old habits die hard, but that doesn't mean that they can't die. It doesn't mean that, we can't unlearn to relearn. So, but guys, pretty privilege is a goddamn real thing. And shout out to those people that enjoy it and admit that they enjoy it, because yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So there's a lot more on this topic. Like, while I was researching, a lot of people also felt that employers would employ people that exuded more confidence, even if they were not as qualified as somebody that was not confident for the job, just because of the confidence. So I think, besides all this, we should also work on our confidence. It may just be the one thing that gives us that breakthrough. So, speak words of affirmation to yourself. Tell yourself that you're beautiful. Hype yourself up. Honestly, I don't think there's anything as, overhyping yourself. Like, it doesn't exist. It's you. Be confident. Wear what you feel confident in. Dress how you feel confident. Raise your head up high when you walk outside. Yes, be you, but also, believe in yourself. Don't think there's anything wrong in you. And if you do think that there's something wrong with how you look, and maybe you have the power to change it, maybe, for instance, you always have dry lips, and you can just get a chapstick or a lip gloss or lip balm, and you always use it. I think that's something very little that you can do. If you think that you need to go to the gym to work out, then please do that. If you think you need to diet, please, all those things are not easy. I've tried to diet, I've tried to work out. It's not easy. Don't let anybody deceive you. But yes, guys, you can actually start from the very little things. And from there, and if you see that this thing is too hard for you, just believe in yourself first and foremost, and you'll be able to get it done. Or you just accept yourself the way you are. Nobody's gonna kill you. The love of your life is gonna find you, and you're going to be happy, and you're also going to experience that pretty privilege one day. So, but yes, guys, let's try to get rid of this beauty bias by firstly accepting that it exists, especially to the beneficiaries. Shout out to the beneficiaries. And you beneficiaries, please, if you're about to enjoy pretty privilege benefits, do not deny the rest of us that are beside you. Carry yours. Tell that person that wants to help you or wants to give you a ride, oh, my friends are here, they're going to join. It's not like the person asks you out on a date and then you now brought all your friends. That's a whole completely different ball game. So nobody should compare the two. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. There was just another power outage, and I'm just hoping that yesterday one of my chargers exploded. So I'm just hoping that everything is actually fine today, because I do not understand. But yes, guys, thank you for listening. Last week I actually made a lot of errors while speaking. Like, for instance, I said intertwined instead of intertwined. And for the last couple episodes, I keep saying add to your playlist. And I think it's actually supposed to be add to your library. Yeah, so please, I've corrected myself. So if there's anything else I need to correct myself on, please do not hesitate to let me know. I mean, we're all learning and it is for the better. But yes, guys, at your library, review, thumbs up, 5 stars, share, listen as many times as you can. Share with your family members, make people listen. If you've listened on Spotify, go and also listen on Apple Podcast. You're not going to die. Yes, guys. So I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for supporting. And yes, guys, we've reached over 100 total plays, and I'm super excited about that. So follow us on Instagram, or follow this podcast on Instagram at the Soft and Tender Podcast. Please tell me if you think that name is too long. A lot of people, when they have Instagram pages, they're just like Soft and Tender Pod. Or should I just leave it as Soft and Tender Podcast? Let me know what you think. So yeah, I haven't let's end it there. Too much talk. This is, we're done now. Okay. Bye guys. Toodles.